Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for our platform. I try to go live in our platform of Rumble, and it is canceled. The entrance, I couldn't share the live with my platform of Rumble. I'm trying to go live only on Rumble. I'm not trying to go live anymore on YouTube and on Facebook. But I tried. I tried right now to go live only on Rumble. It is not connecting with the server. I have only 184 followers in my platform of Rumble. I will put the platform for everybody to see which one is it, and for everybody to go and watch. I had only 2 people right here on this live, and it got canceled because it couldn't connect the RTMP. So, good evening to everybody. I will put right now my platform of Rumble. We'll share the screen for people to start following me on Rumble. I'm not going to go live anymore on Facebook, YouTube. Oscar El Blue Media. It is right there. Oscar El Blue Media. Follow me at Rumble. I'm not going to go live anymore on YouTube. This platform has completely, shut me down for 6 years. And they shut my platform and basically my monetization for 6 years. 6 years, people. YouTube has demonetized my platform for 6 years. So this is my Rumble account, Oscar El Blue Media. For people that want to go and follow me, that is my Rumble account. I will bring it back again in a few moments. Thank you, 523 this evening on June 5th. The year is 2026. I wanted to say to everybody what is going on with these narco tunnels. I just did a report on Spanish, on Rap Español. I've been reporting on it on English, on Real America's Voice News on English. And, it's incredible. The sophisticated, infrastructure of technology of these narco tunnels are incredible. More than anything, they are incredible. I just got to say it. And, we had to understand, and let me just do something right here real quick. For people that are watching me on X, if you go to the comment section on the live, open live video, there you go. You guys are going to see my coffee link right there for people that want to contribute to my independent reporting and travel fund. We got demonetized, people. They took away our PayPal. They took away every source of entrance, and also demonetized on. I've been 6 years demonetized on YouTube, and also Facebook is not letting me monetize anything anymore. So we're done with those platforms. I'm going live. I wanted to show where am I going to be now from now on before I go into this narco tunnels situation and broadcast. This is Oscar El Blue Media. Oscar El Blue Media. You guys can follow me right there. It's really simple. Go and follow me in Oscar El Blue Media. I will not be going live anymore on these platforms. They're ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. And I do not understand why they're doing this. It's just stupid. I don't think that it's that much of a deal, but they are demonetizing me completely. Let's get right into the broadcast. This is our report. Most recent narco tunnel that was found in Tijuana. This is our report, and we will extend what happened. We will extend what Marco Rubio has been doing. That I think that is an incredible job as the next president of the United States of America, Marco Rubio, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. There's nobody that it can compete with him. The Democrats were completely demolished and destroyed the other day by Marco Rubio in the sitting Congress questioning or sitting Senate or whatever you want to call it. He completely destroyed everybody. The answers is just straightforward. They're cowards. They're hide behind their agenda, behind lies. In the lies that they were saying on these congressional people, they're ridiculous. They're just beyond stupid. Really, it's just they're digging a hole and they really do not really want to get out of there. And this is what happened the other day in Otay Mesa, a place where narco tunnels have been found consistently, and they're still being found. And they're still being found on this area. Watch this report. For Real America's Boys News, another narco tunnel that has been found in Tijuana in connection to the United States of America, just steps away from the border wall, underneath the border wall, crossing the Mexican customs into the part of Otay Mesa where the tunnel was discovered by authorities of the United States of America, also working with Mexican authorities and Mexican intelligence by the Fiscal General of the Republic. On the other side of the United States of America, there was a store by the name of Buy for Less, where it was the connection from this house to that particular store, where they seized more than 1 ton of synthetic drugs that they were about to be distributed into the streets of the country of the United States of America. American authorities have already informed that more than 99 tunnels have been found and sealed on the part of Baja California, where it has been the epicenter of narco tunnels into the American territory. This location that you see right here behind me, it is being safeguarded by the Mexican authorities, and ultimately it has already been informed that there's going to be massive investigation on both sides of the aisle to see how this is continuing and this is happening. This is what the United States authorities said yesterday on their conference.
It did not happen by luck or by happenstance. This is the result of hours upon hours of vigilance and hard work by all of the men and women that make up the Homeland Security Task Force who are represented here today. To date, in San Diego, we've discovered 99 tunnels that have been interdicted and dismantled. And with the new technology that we're deploying as part of our border wall system, we now have the ability to detect these tunnels, working with our partners amongst the entire Department of Homeland Security and Department of Justice interagency effort, and stop them before they're able to produce massive amounts of dangerous and poisonous drugs into our community. Make no mistake, had the cartel been successful, thousands of pounds of dangerous drugs would have been distributed throughout the entire country and beyond.
The shipment majority was cocaine. You have 4 people that they have been detained, 2 Mexicans and 2 citizens of the United States of America. Investigations are going to continue as narco tunnels are continuing to be found on the side of Tijuana in connection to San Diego, California. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Boys News. Stay safe. Well, that was it. That was the report on this narco tunnels that it was found by the American authorities 6 months ago. And I want to just say something right here real quick. And want to say this real quick on this. Hold on. Just for everybody to understand the statistics and stats or what they have found, since 1993 till now, 99 narco tunnels. Key facts: 93, 2025, more than 95 narco tunnels. 2026, the discovery of the tunnel linked to the buy for less, the one that I was talking about. Store increased to 99 tunnels. Of those 99 tunnels, 28 were classified as highly sophisticated, featuring electricity, ventilation systems, rail tracks, and hydraulic lifts. Most of these tunnels have been found in the Otay Mesa, Nueva Tijuana, that's the neighborhood crossing Otay Mesa into Tijuana International Airport corridor, which is considered the primary hub for cross-border tunnel construction along the U.S.-Mexico border. Let me just add something right here. And I think that it's important. The first Narco Tunnel, this one, well, the most recent one that they found, this one that I was just showing, approximately 590 meters. It measures 1,933 feet of of length, of 17 meters going down. It has system of ventilation, electricity, illumination, railroad tracks, hydraulic elevator, and they seized more than 1 ton of drugs that, basically more than $45 million of worth. That's one. Then the Border Patrol in 2025 found another one in the same neighborhood, connected. And this one was 2,918 feet with 890 meters, 15 meters going down, electrical, cable, ventilation, railroad tracks, and a projected, basically projected exit to another store. The most longest and largest tunnel that it was discovered in 2020, 4,300 feet. 4,300 feet, 1.3 kilometers. Industrial elevator, God's sake. A railroad tracks that it was completely invested as a state of the art. For ventilation, drainage, and electrical cabled. Now, for people to understand, when you have the infrastructure and the economy to do this, what makes you understand that this infrastructure and everything that it was invested, it is not a first class priority? What makes you understand that everything that it was invested right here, it is one thing that it is extremely important for everybody to understand: the economy that these people have, the money that these people have. It's incredible. The money, the economy, everything that these people have, it is incredible. And the majority of the money that the organized crime and the cartel made under the Biden administration, it was under the Biden administration. The majority of the economy that they made, the organized crime, the cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, the CJNG cartel, was made under the Biden administration. The disastrous Biden administration. It's unbelievable. Now, I want you to see something right here. I want you to see something, and I want you to understand the level of danger that we expose ourselves to. A lot of people do not understand this. This is why I get mad of YouTube. I get mad of Facebook, the things that they're doing us, censoring us, and we're risking our lives over here to report. But this is what happened to us on the first tunnel. I was doing a tour. I did a report on Spanish on these narco tunnels that they were found, right? And as I was doing a report on these narco tunnels, we went to the first one that it was discovered, and it was in 1993. And it was a tunnel by Joaquin Guzman Loera, El Chapo. And when we arrived there, the whole premises is sealed. Nobody can get in there. I want people to understand these premises have been secured by the government of Mexico since 1993. So you may imagine that authorities are in there, or somebody's in there that is in charge, that is connected to the government, or has an identification of a government, or is carrying or is an armed official or an armed police officer that is basically safeguarding this place on the other side of the border, that it was the biggest first tunnel, that it was made by the largest kingpin and drug lord that has ever existed in Mexico. You can imagine that, right? Look what happened when we arrived to this place. Now, I want everybody to understand that what you're about to see on video, it is the level of risk that we take. It is the level of risk that we take. This is the level of risk that we take. We arrived to the premises of this tunnel house. You see behind, it is the tunnel house of Joaquin Guzman Loera El Chapo, the first one made in 1993. Now, I was going around these narco tunnels to do a report how many of them were so close together, right? And I said, we had to go to this one. This was the first one, so I can put it on my stories. And I have been to this place numerous times, but it's the first time that I'm out there with a cube from a mic flag and everything standing right there with a camera guy in front of me and also security guy on the side. And all of a sudden, people from inside, they come out and they start telling me, you cannot record the outside premises. And I'm like, I'm in a public street. What are you talking about that I cannot record outside of the premises that has also already been safeguarded by the government since 1993? What are you talking about? No, they did that. And I would like for you to understand what I'm about to put on video is already been put out and it's going to be showed tomorrow on the line, the show on Spanish and Rav in Espanol, in Real America's Voice News in Spanish. But I want you guys to see this, and I will translate meanwhile I'm talking, so people can understand what am I doing, what am I standing, what am I saying. This actual happened. Somebody came out and tried to stop me from recording from outside of the premises. Why are you so worried that I'm recording from outside of the premises? Clearly, you don't want people to find out something that is reportedly possibly going on in there. Because if you had nothing to do, and if this place was safeguarded like it needed to be safeguarded, they will have cameras outside. They will have a police officer outside. They will have a police officer inside. But look who came out. Normal people, and both of them women. One of them was really passive, but the other one was really aggressive. And they started recording me from the window that you see behind. Why they were doing that? Why you got so uncomfortable with me recording outside of the premises of the first narco tunnel that it was discovered? It is a public street. You cannot prohibit me from recording from outside of a building that has been abandoned, supposedly, quote unquote, since 1993. Look at the video and you guys give me your opinion.
Se le acusa directamente que fue construido bajo la dirección de El Chapo Guzmán.
This tunnel was accused directly that it was made by the direction of El Chapo Guzmán.
Este fue el primer túnel, así como han visto túneles que les hemos mostrado en toda la franja fronteriza.
This is the first tunnel, as you guys have seen, that we have shown more tunnels on the border limitations between Mexico and the United States.
En la parte de Otay, pegado al patio mexicano de.
This is in the Otay Mesa. You see all the way to the back. That's the border wall. This is how close it was. This narco tunnel on these premises.
La aduana y enseguida del muro fronterizo por debajo de la Guardia Nacional.
And it's next to the border wall and goes underneath the National Guard and underneath the customs area.
Este fue el primer túnel que se le adjudica al Chapo Guzmán.
This was the first tunnel that it was directly accused of El Chapo Guzmán making it.
Ya está sellado, como pueden ver ahí en la parte de arriba.
It's already been sealed and it's already been closed. On the window, you can actually see that.
Ver el sello. Hay una persona que está adentro, a lo mejor es guardia, y está cuidando las instalaciones.
There is a person that is in there. At this particular time, I didn't know what that person was and if that person was getting upset. But apparently, this person was, getting upset. And I'm saying there's a person in there. Apparently, it's a guard.
Pero este túnel era del Chapo Guzmán en 1993.
But this tunnel was from El Chapo Guzman back in 1993. He was crossing drugs from the biggest kingpin and drug lord of existence, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria of Colombia.
Primer túnel que fue encontrado aquí en Baja California.
This is the first tunnel that it was found right here in Tijuana, Baja California.
Y que directamente se le acusa al Chapo Guzmán de haberlo construido.
And that directly the accusation is that El Chapo Guzman made this tunnel.
Era así como él prometía cruzar cantidades impresionantes.
Look at that. They opened the door immediately. And look what happens when I'm reporting and I'm saying, this, it was from El Chapo Guzman. He was the one that made it. Clearly, they're listening that I'm saying this on the back on this window. And he was the first one that gets accused of this and la this, la that. And immediately you hear a crack of the door. Now, look at what happens next.
Vulnerables de droga hacia los Estados Unidos. Hello, ¿qué tal?
Hello, how you doing?
Dígame.
Yes, can you say what do you need?
Reportaje.
What are you doing? I respond, I'm doing a journalist report.
Sí. Haciendo reportaje. Mande. Mande. Mande.
No nos dejan que graben.
Well, they're not allowing us for you to record. And I respond several times. Monday is a really respectful way to say I'm sorry, because she's speaking really low. So she's telling me by the door, she's telling me you cannot record. I'm in a public street. Look how difficult this is. Now, if you go and you focus on what it says on the vehicle all the way to the back, let me just focus on this video. I will focus on the video. This is really important. This that I'm showing you right here, it is really important. Let me just go right here and just show this. Hold on right here 1 second. Right here. Hold on. Okay. Let me go real close to the window of this vehicle. If you see the vehicle behind, you see a red vehicle, right? You see a red vehicle, right? On the back. It says that it's reporte de robo. That car has been reported that it was stolen. So that place, why does it have vehicles that they were reported stolen? Are you telling me that this place, possibly the government is using it as a warehouse? A place that it was safeguarded? A place that it was the first narco tunnel to be used to traffic illicit substances into the United States of America since 1993, and it was closed in 1993, but I understand that. But why do you have vehicles that they have been stolen and that it has a report of being stolen in there? Do you understand where I'm going? So this is why I started thinking this is not safeguarded. And if it's safeguarded, why they're not reporting that they're using to safeguard vehicles that they're reported to be stolen? And why these vehicles are here? If this is a place that is being utilized and it was being used by El Chapo Guzman to traffic drugs into the United States of America in a tunnel. It is kind of weird, don't you understand? So she says you cannot record from outside. Look what happens next.
Estamos en la calle y es público, así es que por eso estamos grabando.
I'm in the street. I'm in a public area. I can't record. This is why I'm recording.
En la calle. No estamos pidiendo entrar a las instalaciones, por eso estamos en la calle.
We're not asking to enter the installations. That's why we are outside on the street.
¿Hay un problema que estemos en la calle?
If there's a problem that I'm in the street.
No, pues es que como no nos dejan que nadie tome foto a las paredes.
No, but it's just that they're not letting us to take photos even of the walls. You are in a public street. This is a building that is in a public area. It is basically on a place where it connects to the airport. That road that you see right here on the back of me, that you're hearing cars going back and forth, that is a road that connects to the Tijuana airport. How are you going to tell me that I cannot even take a picture of that building? Who are you to tell me? First and foremost, when you come out of this building, you identify yourself. I'm outside. I'm in the street. You can come outside and say, you know what? I'm so-and-so. I'm the security of this place and I'm so-and-so. And you're not allowed to take pictures. You can move a little bit further to the street and you can do your report, but not this close. Other than that, now you understand that somebody's uncomfortable. The people that they're in there, are they working with the government or who they're working with? And why they're in there? And why there's reports of stolen vehicles in there, like if it was a warehouse. That catch a lot of my attention. So I said, I'm not moving from here because something's fishy. This tunnel has been closed since 1993. The premises are sealed, but something's not right. So I said, I'm in a public street. I have the ability to record. Now, I want everybody to understand. After this, somebody else came out and it was more aggressive. It was more aggressive. So more aggressive towards what? Towards me. There's a comment that says her doesn't have the obligation to identify to anyone. As me, I don't have the obligation to identify to no one. But if you're coming out, and let me correct you because you're in Mexico, if you're coming out and you're telling me that I cannot record in a public area, you have to identify yourself of who it is you that is telling me that I cannot record, and you're basically violating my constitutional right, Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico. Also, Article 6 and Article 7. It is a public street. You're telling me that I cannot record. Why? Who are you? Easy. Simple.
No sé, estamos en la calle, es público, por eso estoy grabando, ¿no? Ya sabemos que está resguardado y que tiene muchos años resguardado, por eso
We know that this place has been safeguarded and has been safeguarded for a while.
estamos aquí,
We're just recording.
afuera, grabando en la calle.
Outside in the street and we're recording.
Muy bien, sí.
Okay?
Sí, como pueden ver, pues salieron a decirnos que qué estamos haciendo y pues claramente pues estoy en la calle, puedo grabar.
As you clearly can see, they came out to say, what are we doing? I'm outside in the street. I have the freedom to record.
Y dice, pues no puedes grabar. Le digo, no, ¿cómo no? Pues es la calle.
And I said, well, why can I record? It's the street. It's a public street.
Puedo grabar. Y este es uno de los primeros narcotúneles, como les puedo decir, que fue encontrado. Más de 180 y tantos narcotúneles han sido encontrados.
This is the first narco tunnel that it was discovered. More than 180 narco tunnels have been discovered between the state of Baja and Sonora. Sonora is the state that connects to Yuma, Arizona.
La mayoría en Baja California, otros en Sonora. Como pueden ver, ayer uno de las personas encargadas de las autoridades norteamericanas en el reciente túnel que fue encontrado, pues esta persona dijo que más de 99 túneles fueron encontrados solamente en Tijuana, Baja California. Los demás pues están hacia la parte de Sonora. Claramente no quieren que vengamos y reportemos aquí. Esto es obvio, no les gusta que estemos hablando de esto.
Clearly, they don't want us to report here. Clearly, they don't want us to be here. Clearly, they are upset because I'm here reporting outside on the street on a public sidewalk. As you see, I'm in the sidewalk, people. I am in the sidewalk.
Esto no les gusta que estemos pues dando la ubicación de este narcotúnel.
This is the road. If I was standing right here on this road, this is a public road. Why are you coming out and telling me that I cannot record on a public sidewalk?
Y por supuesto pues causa un poco de nervio, a lo mejor para ellos.
And I'm being condescending. I'm saying, we understand that some, at this time and this particular time in juncture, I said, well, possibly they're nervous. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm doing, but they see the mic flag. Possibly they understand that I'm a reporter. They get all these type of scenarios. That's why I went nicely to say, I'm in the street, I can record, I'm in the street, I can record.
Y quieren saber qué es lo que está sucediendo, que estemos grabando aquí fuera de las instalaciones de este lugar. Primer Narco Tunnel 1993, básicamente fue hecho por uno de los capos más grandes en la historia de nuestro país, que fue el Chapo Guzmán, y que pues ya está completamente sellado y que pues personas no están de acuerdo que estemos grabando en este momento aquí.
And people are really upset that we are recording here for big premises, not small. It's huge premises.
Damas y caballeros, pues estamos aquí afuera de las instalaciones del primer narcotúnel que fue encontrado.
That, you know, what it's going to happen next, it is the other person that comes out and is completely more aggressive. And that's the idea, that it was completely more aggressive, completely more, you know, forward to what are you doing here? As I'm still standing there, I'm still reporting, I'm still saying all these things, and I'm making my report, I'm explaining to the audience. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something happens. I start seeing that somebody is on the back of the window. Somebody started to record. And I said, well, why they're recording me? They're in the freedom to record from inside the premises to us. But I'm just asking, on the sidewalk, outside, why they're recording us. And immediately when I start saying this, you know, they get a little bit uncomfortable and they start recording more. And they start taking personal, you know, close pictures to ourselves. And clearly it was making them uncomfortable. Here we go.
Que acabo de ver ahorita y es algo que es alarmante porque nos acaban de tomar video, que se me hace importante que nos puedan responder por qué nos están tomando video a nosotros.
And I'm asking,
¿Por qué nos están tomando aquí?
you
La
guys
tienen,
to
nos
tell
están
me why
tomando
you're
video.
recording me, why you're taking pictures
Nos
of me.
están
There
tomando
you
aquí
go.
video
You're
la
taking
persona.
pictures.
Claro que esto
These
lo
people
vamos a
are
poner en
not
nuestras redes.
police stop.
¿Por qué?
They're
Porque
not
solamente
on
venimos
camera.
a reportear sobre
Why?
el
Because why I say this, because people, this is a tunnel that it needs to be safeguarded by the authorities of Mexico. Why there are normal people in there living? Like it's I don't know if they're working as people that take care of the place late at night, or they live there, or something's going on. So I do not know, you know, so that's why I'm being a little bit not persistent, but I'm saying, like, what are you doing here? Why these people? So I start speaking here.
Nueva California, entendemos que adentro pues no sabemos qué ellos sienten, pero ya les dijimos que estamos en la calle, estamos grabando y estamos.
We understand that I understand that they're feeling kind of nervous. Or what am I doing out here? And what am I doing? Recording. But the only thing that I would like to understand is why they're taking pictures of us that we're
Estamos
outside.
haciendo un reportaje sobre el
And we're
reciente
just doing a normal
narcotúnel y estoy
report from outside.
recorriendo
And then
todos
all
los
of
que
a
se han
sudden,
sido.
bam, comes out another woman. Does this look like a police officer to you guys, or a person that works for the government?
Descubiertos. Mande. Ya lo sé.
This is a safeguarded place from the government. And I said, yes, I know. So there's a comment right here. Clearly, it's a comment that is, you know, upset also. It says, if you're recording, you're right. You're right. They also have the same right. Yes, but no, you're incorrect. They have the same right to record me from outside. I'm in a public street. You're inside of the premises. They have the right to record from inside. If they are asking me the first time, what am I doing? Why shouldn't I have the same right to go over there and ask why you're recording me? This is not a game of who is who. This is the actual situation that is dangerous. Because if they're inside and they're asking me, what am I doing outside? And I'm responding clearly, I have my right and my entitlement to say, why are you recording me also? Is there right? Absolutely. I agree with her right here. And you're going to listen immediately what she's arguing. She says, well, I have the same right to record you if you're recording the premises. I said, go ahead. The problem right here is that I'm a journalist. I don't know who these people are. They're safeguarding a place that it was used to traffic illicit substances into the United States of America. They're inside of a narco tunnel that it should be safeguarded by the Mexican government. And Not only that, that they are inside of these premises, but you have vehicles that they are reported to be stolen inside of this place. What are these vehicles doing in here if this place is supposed to be a place that they used to traffic drugs underneath a tunnel? So I go in here and this is what happens.
Ya lo sabemos, por eso yo les estoy diciendo que solamente vengo a hacer un reportaje.
That's what I'm saying, that I'm only coming here to do a report.
En la calle.
The authorities are telling us that you cannot record the premises. Which authorities? And who has the right to the authority does not tell people outside of the sidewalk to record. Number two, fishy, real fishy, suspicious. Which authorities are telling normal people that they are outside of this place to not record? Which authorities?
No, estoy en la calle.
I'm in a public street, and then look what she says.
No, señor.
It doesn't matter if you're in a public street. We don't want you to record. What the hell is going on? What? I don't care if you're in a public street. I don't want you to record the premises. Completely wrong. This is where we have all the evidence that something is not right here.
Ahora en la calle. No tengo.
And so what is the problem if I'm recording you and I'm taking a photo of you? And I said, I don't have a problem with it.
Ningún problema, por eso estoy preguntando. Por eso, exacto, yo no tengo ningún problema.
I don't have any problem. This is why I'm asking you why you're taking pictures. That's the same way that you're asking me why you're recording.
Estoy preguntando por qué está. Oh, no, déjeme hablar. Estoy preguntando.
Let me talk so I can explain. I'm asking you.
¿Por qué usted me está tomando fotos y videos?
Why you guys are taking me photos and taking me video.
Y así como usted está cuestionando qué estoy haciendo yo.
Exactly the same way that you're asking me why am I doing outside of the premises recording and doing a report.
Y yo estoy cuestionando, yo estoy en la calle,
I'm not even questioning. I'm outside on the street.
Estoy haciendo un reportaje.
I'm doing my journalistic report.
Tengo mi derecho, está también como mexicano.
I have my right. You also are Mexican. You have your right to say whatever you want inside of your premises.
Usted está dentro de las instalaciones.
You're inside of the safeguarded location.
No estoy invadiendo. No
I'm not even invading.
estoy tocando.
I'm not even touching your property. I'm outside of on the public street.
En la banqueta
I'm on the sidewalk.
es pública.
The sidewalk is a public area.
Y esto es exactamente por eso.
So it's the same. It's the same. As I'm saying, yeah, it's the same. I don't have a problem with you.
Por eso. Yo no tengo ni.
I don't have any problem. What is your problem? What is your problem? I don't have any problem.
Ningún detalle, simplemente estoy.
I don't have any details. Simply, I'm just saying, I'm asking you why you're recording the same way that you're telling me why you're recording.
Diciendo por qué me está tomando fotos. Dije, bueno.
And that laugh is really nervous. That is a nervous laugh. Because that is when you understand that they don't have an argument to defend what they have and what they have said. Honestly. And then what happens, it is more aggravating. What it leads to this.
Pues claramente yo también le estoy explicando por qué estoy haciendo un video. Eso es sin problema. Ándele pues.
I will tell my information to my superiors. Who are your superiors? Now, one, if you're telling me that you have superiors, shouldn't you come outside and tell me, I'm so-and-so, I work for the government, this is my ID, I need you to identify yourself also, what are you doing over here? Can you show me your identification? Everywhere that we go in Mexico, for the person that is debating and saying that she's neutral, everywhere that we go in Mexico, it's for you to learn. If there is a place where there is the National Guard, the Ministerial Police, the Fiscal General of the Republic, or a police officer, they will approach you if you are recording in a place and they will tell you, what are you doing here? And you will say, press. Identification? Yes, sir. There you go. Accredit identification. Okay. Do you mind if I take your name and the network that you work for? Go ahead. There you go. Picture. Do your thing.
This it is a establishment or a place or a warehouse that it used to be used to traffic illicit substances into the United States of America, and it is the first narco tunnel that it was found. It has apparently already been sealed and closed. But the most weird thing about it is that they have reported stolen vehicles inside of these premises. I don't know if they are using this place as a warehouse, but apparently they don't want nobody to be recording outside in the public area, not even from the premises outside. What are you afraid of recording from the outside of the public area? And who are your superiors? You're not even dressed as a government official. It is almost 2:00 in the evening. You're telling me that you're going to send a report to your superiors and that is this place that is safeguarded by the government. So who are you identifying as with? What dependency of the government do you work for? Who are your superiors? It makes you think that what kind of superiors or which kind of superiors is she's talking about. And that, ladies and gentlemen, it is how it is so dangerous to do this kind of job. Just recently, a journalist was kidnapped in the south of Mexico. What appeared to be a convoy of police officers, it was a convoy of the cartel that kidnapped a journalist, went inside of the premises. The video is graphic and it is so scary, man, because it shows you the power of immunity that these people have. You go inside of your house and take you out and disappear you forever and ever to be known. It tells the level of immunity and the level of, injustice that is in Mexico. But who are your superiors? That is the number one question. What kind of superiors? If you would be a person that has superiors, and if you're a person that works for the government, you will immediately identify to which dependency. Police officer, name and badge number. My name is so-and-so. What are you doing out here, sir? I'm press. Do you have an ID? Yes. Do you mind if I take a photo of it? Go ahead, sir. There you go. Do you mind your name? Yes, my name is Jose Luis. Nice to meet you, Jose Luis. Okay, I'm going to be out here. I know that I'm not allowed to go in there, but I'm out here in the public area. Go ahead, do your thing. What kind of report are you going to do? Always they ask that. Oh, I'm just reporting on the history of this tunnel that it was discovered back in 1993. Okay, go ahead. Do your report. Do you mind if I look from the window? Go ahead, sir. Do look for the window. Do you mind if I take video of what you're saying? Go ahead. Take video of what you're saying. That would have been the correct way to say it, because we know the way that the authorities in Mexico present themselves when you arrive to a place that you're about to do a report. Am I right or am I wrong? When you say I'm being neutral, it is aggravating because, when you're over here, there's no way of being neutral. You have to go by the truth of what is going on and what are the intentions of these kind of statements. We reported on the Narco Tunnels this week. We did a report doing our inner network, Real America's Voice News, and also not only that, but also the situation also with the discovery of this recent narco tunnel that they discovered the American authorities more than 1 ton of cocaine that it was detained on the first big shipment that we're trying to do. And it makes you understand a lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. Thank you so much for joining in. This is my
This is my this is my page of Rumble. I would like to for people to understand, this is my page of Rumble. And this is the new page that I have of Rumble. New page right here. Oscar El Blue Media. Right here, new page. Follow me at Rumble. How many followers I just got? Let me see. Let's see how many. See if this page is going to grow. I don't even know. I got really, I don't even have any, not even 200 followers. 184 followers over there. People to go and follow me at Rumble. There you go. Thank you so much for joining in. Buy me a coffee. It is right there. People want to contribute to my independent reporting and travel fund. So people want to help us out, go over there. It's pinned in the chat right here. It's right there, pinned in the chat. A lot of people say, well, the it's working now. The link is working. So I will appreciate all your help. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, God's plan, it is our mission.